Welcome to another edition of 42 Straight Years In. I'm a crackhead update. Lion Willie came over early this morning. He just left about 30 minutes ago. He didn't even got in the door good. He said, "Hey man, you better go put some chains on your car out there, man. It's snowing over in West Dallas. I barely could make it across the bridge. All that snow and ice. Man, it's 100 degrees in Dallas at 12 o'clock. It's 100 degrees right now. Heat index is 104. But he swears it's snowing in West Dallas." I told him, I said, "I ain't seen nothing on the news about no snow." He said, they don't want to let everybody know it's snowing. He said, "Shit, people all want to move to West Dallas because it's too damn hot over here." He said, "Man, if you're going to come over in my neighborhood, man, you got to have some snow tires. And make sure you got some antifreeze in your car so your engine won't freeze." Well, my old lady's sister, she ain't never had met Lion Willie. Boy, she laughed, and I thought I was going to have to take her to the hospital. That girl laughed so damn much, it's pitiful. Now I got the house to myself. My old lady's at the gym. Her sister just drove off, headed back to Frisco. And Lion Willie headed back to the snow in East Dallas and West Dallas. That's my crackhead update. Y'all know what it is. Get your shanks out, and let's get ready to ride. Yeah, I've had people in the comment section ask me about Texas Prison Craft Shop. That's the most legal hustle you can get inside of a Texas prison. You might not make the most money, but you ain't got to worry about disciplinary and going to lockup. Shit, naturally, selling phones and drugs and cigarettes, you'll make more money. But if you're in the craft shop, and especially you get good with it, you'll make a lot of money. The key to the craft shop is having an outlet to sell your goods. If you got family on the outside, or you can get a contract with an outside company, you'll make a lot of money. When I was at East Ham, they got a big crack racket over there, craft racket. Couple of guys one guy had a contract with the Texas Rangers. He'd make their gun holsters and their badges. And me, when my mother was alive, I couldn't get enough craft material. I'd buy it wholesale from the guys in the craft shop. They have extra clutch purses and wallets and handbags and belts. I buy it at a wholesale price. I either put the money on his account or I pay for it in commissary. And I mailed it out to my mother, and she was going to the flea market. She sell out fast as hell, asking for more merchandise. But now they start taxing the damn inmate craft shop. I was looking at one of my old, it's a new tax form, showed that where I was paying income tax on my earnings in the craft shop. Now those earnings are only tax the one you sell up in the visitation room where they can keep track of. We do so much under the table shit till they can't keep up with it. Now, I had me a hell of a scam. My mother had got this Dooney Burke stamp. And I was making these purses stamping Dooney Burks on it. Man, female guards was buying them wholesale. They was taking them on the outside, selling them like hell. And somebody in the craft shop got jealous of me and reported me to Dooney Burks. They sent an attorney over there and told the warden he got to stop inmates from making their merchandise because they have it's a copyright infringement. So they shut me down on that. But if you have an outlet, you'll make a lot of money. The key to getting in the craft shop, where the requirements are, you must be a G2 custody level, no disciplinary in 6 months, and of course you got to have $100 on your account to start out. A lot of guys in the craft shop are model inmates. Hell, they making money. They don't want to catch no disciplinary for all the dumb shit. I know some guys at East Town making $40,000 and $50,000 a year. One guy, he was putting his 2 daughters through college off the prison craft shop. That's a big racket on East Town. Now at Ramsey, back in the day, they didn't have a craft shop. All our craft good was in our cell. The sewing machine, all them sharp-ass scalpels to cut that leather with, mallets, all type of. So it was weapons all around the cell block. So you didn't have no excuse but you couldn't find a weapon if you letting some guy fuck over you. There's weapons every fucking where. Those leather knives sharp as hell. You would cut a fucker's whole head off. They're sharp. Now, we did all our stuff in the cell. And some of those old guys, they were extremely good at craft. Now, I started out, I learned a little bit, but I always would hire me a worker. After they integrated, I had this Hispanic guy. He worked for me. I put money on his account every 2 weeks. Man, this guy is good in leather, man. He didn't get money from home. And then working with that leather and doing craft work, that gave him something to do. So he loved it, man. He worked on that shit to 11 and 12 o'clock at night, man. Every time I got a contract, he'd fulfill it. And even when I got back to ESAM, I did the same thing. I hired a guy to work for me. While he's in the craft shop working, I'm out hustling contracts. Now, all the guards, most of their gun holsters and their wallets and shit is made by an inmate. But that ain't no hell of a money. You know, guards only gonna buy so many wallets. The key is to have an outside contract, and you'll do okay. Because Texas prisons do not provide toothpaste, shower shoes. They don't provide anything except some clean clothes, blanket, sheet, a mattress, some tooth powder. That shit is fucked up. It's like pink colored baking soda. They give you that to brush your teeth with if you don't got money. They don't give you no deodorant, no shampoo. You don't get anything from them. So you gotta get on your hustle. And by Texas inmates don't have shit, that causes a lot of problems. That's where you get a lot of the dudes trying to run the bullshit prison game to hustle them some commissary. But if you got money and shit, you ain't got to participate in none of the gambling bullshit unless you choose to do it. They ain't got to be your source of income. Some of those guys, that's their source of income, and they're good at it. Guy run parlays all year round. That's his hustle. A guy work in the kitchen, he sell burgers. Guy work in the garment factory, he'll make you special pants and shirt if you want it. It's all type of hustles, but you ain't gonna figure that shit out overnight. When you first get to prison, the other guys been there, some of them been there for decades. They master the prison hustle. And a lot of them, if they think you're a threat, they ain't gonna let you get on that right job assignment where you can make some money. You go in the kitchen, those guys been cooks for a minute. They're not gonna let you get on the cook floor where you can actually hustle burger and hustle meat and shit, or work in the bakery where you can make the pastries and sell them and get you some money. You're gonna have to know somebody. Now, if you've got a homeboy working there, it's a different thing. He can put you in a position where you can hustle. But everything in a Texas prison cell, you can sell paper clips, typing paper. Man, those guys steal everything that's not tied down. Guys working in the education department, they steal notebook paper, typewriter ribbons, all that shit sells. But if you got money, you'll be okay. Now, I noticed something. A lot of guys who got visitation get letters all the time from their family. Most of those guys are pretty laid back. He got something to lose. He don't want to catch a disciplinary and they take his visitation away. And he don't want to lose his custody level where he don't get contact visit no longer. You got to visit in the plexiglass, talking on the phone, where if you don't have disciplinary, you can sit there and hug your family and hug your kids and all that. But that's one of the only hustles where you ain't got to go to solitary confinement or risk getting more time or administrative segregation on is the craft shop. And a lot of guys participate in the craft shop. You know, these new modern guys, they don't know what the hustles are. They all trying to be a damn gang member. Most of those fuckers are broke as hell, even on the outside. Only hustle they got out here is selling drugs. One of them might have a little piece of their money together and get an apartment. 5 or 6 of them pile up in one apartment. Or they still living at their mama house or surfing on the sofa at Big Mama's house. They ain't got nothing going for them. I was a couple months ago, I was downtown Dallas in the West End. I saw 2 little youngsters with their blue rags hanging out their pocket. Hell, they were homeless. I was saying to myself, what kind of damn gang you in? You mean I'm supposed to be in a gang and none of my homeboys won't give me a bed to sleep in, or a pallet on the floor, I can sleep on the couch, won't do shit? Ain't no way I'd be in no bullshit like that. What the fuck I need them for? I can do bad by myself. I don't need them. And once I got prison smart, I snapped real fast. My long stay in Ed Seg helped me out really. I had time to think. When I got out of Ed Seg, I said, this ain't the way you do no damn time. I'm going to learn all this shit in prison. I'm going to put it to good use. And as I've said in previous videos, working in Cat's office taught me a whole lot on the internal workings of a prison. I got to learn a lot of shit that I could use later during the course of my incarceration. Like once a guy was going up for sergeant, and I gave him the test. It's easy. They only ask a sergeant 3 questions. They ask him for a triangle. It's above a cell door. What does that mean? It means single occupancy. 1 inmate is allowed in that cell if it's a triangle above that door. They ask him this. They call fight. You run down, day room, inmates fighting all over the place. What do you do? The correct answer is secure the area. They ask him this. If it's a full-scale riot out on the rec yard, what do? You secure the perimeter fence and you call for outside help. Call one of the sheriff's departments and call for help. You make sure the perimeter is secured. That's the test they give a sergeant. Of course, you got to be a good old boy to make sergeant because you're going to work long hours that sometimes you're not going to be compensated for. Sergeants take care of all the dirty work. Majority of the time, if some shit go wrong, the sergeant's going to end up taking a fall for that instead of the warden. Because he's the correctional officer's immediate supervisor is a sergeant. You're going through the rank and file, you're going to have to go through a sergeant first. Now, I forgot what the lieutenants and captains, majors, I used to know all that shit, man. I got to think on it. But if you're not a team player, you're not going to make rank in a Texas prison. But if you got education, you're going to move up in rank. I met this little young black guy. Man, he was smart as hell. And me and him was talking once on the rec yard. And he told me, he said, say, man, he said, I look at your number, man. You've been here a long time, man. He said, it's probably an easy way out of here, but you're just making it complicated. He said, you got to use the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. And I thought, this is a young guy, man. He had a master's degree. He was going for his doctorate degree at Sam Houston State University. He just working there temporarily. They already had made this man a lieutenant. They wanted to keep him on the team because he got education. Prison done changed in Texas. All the wardens got to have a college degree. He can be associate. He can be in any field, but he must have a college degree. It's not like the old wardens, Bear Track and Wildcat. They got theirs through brutality. They know how to get the most production out of inmates, how to get all those crops in, how to handle all problems with inmates. That's how Cat and Bear Track and Billy McMillan, all these type of wardens existed. And plus they had nepotism wide open. Mostly all of them was kin to each other. A lot of them is all kin to each other. So it was a good old boy system. Now the wardens are more educated. That's why a modern warden, you can't go to him. He asks you, hey, why did you stab that guy? Or he stole my radio and my fan. Man, that don't fathom with him. You mean you done killed a guy behind a $20 radio and an $18 fan? He's still going to give you maximum punishment. You're going to get an outside indictment. He ain't trying to hear that shit. Where one of the old wardens, if you went to him and said, hey, I stabbed this guy because he stole my shit, he going to say, you should have killed his ass. Ain't nothing going to happen to you. You may do a couple of days in solitary confinement, but you ain't going to get no more time. You know, I've said in previous videos, they would tell you to defend yourself. This is what they meant. In the heat of battle, if you hurt that guy, nothing was going to happen to you. They not talking about waiting 2 weeks, 6 months, and then you attack a guy for something he did in the past. That's not what they were talking about. They were talking about doing it right then while the event is occurring. So I had some people in the comment section ask me once, why did Cat have this guy indicted? I was speaking on fried chicken. That's because he waited almost 6 months before he killed a guy for raping him. If he would have did it that same day, Cat wouldn't have did shit to him. They'd have swept that shit under the rug. Business as usual. I gotta go hang out a little bit. I got a call from Sock Walker. I was sitting out in the car, and he wanted to play chess again this week sometime. So we gonna do it on my channel and his channel at the same time. We probably play in the morning time. Hell, I can handle the heat. It don't bother me that bad. I can handle the shit. And he been in prison. He can handle it too because it's hot as fuck at Cofield. It's 4 stories tall at Cofield. The cell blocks. Man, you on that 4th floor, you about to die in the summertime. No fucking air comes on that 4th floor. Y'all follow me over on Patreon. Like and subscribe. Keep your shanks ready. All of them are broke. They looking. They trying to hit a lick. Don't be a sucker. And I thank you for watching.